How to destroy a brand. Man, this week has been one for the ages. For this last couple of weeks, Jaguar has decided to completely blow it up. Where do we even begin? I guess we got to begin where it all started, with this ridiculous commercial where they chose to hit us with Draguar, not Jaguar, Draguar. So they want to try and act like the reaction they're getting to this video or to this commercial is based on intolerance. But if you look at the commercial advertises intolerance. It's not an inclusive commercial at all. They say their commercial is about diversity and inclusion. It's not about diversity and inclusion at all. It is very exclusive. And what's even more significant is who they chose to exclude. They chose to exclude any image that remotely resembles their customer fan base for decades. The ones on whose back this brand was built. They chose to exclude the people who made Jaguar. An inclusive video would have been the people who built your brand plus the ones you're going after. An inclusive video would have been the ones who are there and bringing in the ones that you want to come. That would have been inclusion. This isn't an inclusive video. This is a very exclusive video. You want to say that the backlash you got is from discrimination? No. The commercial you made was about discriminating. You discriminated against your own fan base as if you owe them nothing. As if you owe them nothing. As if your only allegiance needs to be to the people who reflect the lifestyle of the people who are in charge of your brand. Because that's how the whole woke movement works. They always claim to be so put upon. They always claim to be subjected to some form of discrimination or exclusion, when in fact they have zero tolerance for anyone who doesn't share their woke beliefs and doesn't live their woke lifestyle. Zero tolerance. Jaguar was not going to allow anyone who built this, who looks like the people who built this brand, on whose back this brand was made, to leak into or seep into their new branding. They are the ones who chose to be exclusive. They chose to discriminate against their own fan base. That's what the outrage is about. It's not about who you invited. It's about who you kicked out. It's not about the ones that you brought home. It's about the ones that you chose to evict. The ones who built the house in the first place. The ones who have no tolerance themselves. That's where the exclusion starts. That's where the discrimination starts. With these woke weirdos who can't tolerate anyone who doesn't walk and talk and act the way they do. That's where the exclusion starts. From there, we get this new design. From there, we get this new design, this new brand of Jaguar. And here it is. Here it is, the new design. The new design. They decided to thumb their nose at everyone who's ever shown any loyalty or interest in the brand. They went away from the swooping, feline designs from the greats of like E.M. Cowling and all the others who have come through and tried to make sensuous shapes that appeal to the people who helped you build your brand. And they broke out an Etch-a-Sketch. This isn't even a design. This isn't even a design. This is about as creative as you would expect from the people who brought you that woke commercial. Simplistic, superficial, no depth, no real substance at all. Just the easiest path toward being noticed. That's just it. Style, not design. Style. Attention grabbing. The need to be seen. That's what woke is all about. You can't just have a lifestyle that you live that involves you and other people in your lifestyle. You have to flaunt it and throw it in everyone else's faces so that when they're offended by it, you can claim to be a victim. And that's what this is. That's what this is. This isn't design. This is us throwing our style in your face. And making sure we erase everybody who got us here. Making sure we show our ass to everybody who got us here. Basically, this is a middle finger to everybody who helped build the brand, while you embrace a bunch of people who will never, ever care about this brand. They're just as shallow and superficial as what you see on your screen. And the next time something flamboyant that's guaranteed to get them some attention comes along, they're going to jump on that. Fickle. Desperate for attention. That's all this is going to get you is attention for all the wrong reasons. People will look at you and say, wow, you had the nerve to buy that? That's all. Painted in some flamboyant colors. And you honestly think that the outrage has to deal with sexual orientation or lifestyles or the lack of acceptance of either. And it doesn't. It has to deal with the audacity for you all to come along and thumb your nose at everybody who built this brand. And the utter ignorance not to see that you're the ones that that are showing a lack of tolerance. You didn't include anything. Inclusiveness would have been a design that brought both factions together, those that were and those that you wish to be. That would have been inclusion. You didn't do that. And now you want to claim to be the victim of your own device. You chose intolerance. You chose discrimination. You chose a lack of acceptance for those that were already there. You destroyed the brand. No matter where this goes from here. No matter where this goes from here. If this turns out to be the most successful car ever made, you destroyed the brand because the brand is what already existed. And you showed no tolerance for what was. You didn't choose to be inclusive. You chose severance. You chose severance. You chose to leave all those who helped you get here behind. And to sashay off with your middle finger in the air. That's what you chose. And all those who were involved in that decision, as well as those who approved it, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to your own industry. You're a gleaming example of what not to do. The beautiful cars that Jaguar created are still there. They're still there in the used market. They have beautiful sounding engines, curvaceous bodies, sumptuous interiors. It's not like you can keep us from them. Actually, owning those now is going to be more of a sense of pride than it was before because it's going to show good taste. It's going to show people who remember when things were right before this crew came along and made them completely wrong. It's going to show rational thought and inclusion. And it's going to thumb our nose at your discrimination of us. And this monstrosity that you put together is a perfect representation of what you've become. And true car enthusiasts aren't going to miss you. True car enthusiasts are going to hold on to what a real Jaguar was. And these clowns that you're chasing, that you're embarrassing yourselves to court, when this whole exercise blows up and falls apart, and you're sitting in the broke waste bin with all the other companies that chose the same foolish path, they won't care at all. And I say it's good for you. This right here, the decisions, the insensitivity, the virtue signaling, the incessant need to cast yourselves as victims, this is how you destroy a brand. This is a case study on how to ruin a brand. That's all I got for you, GT Magazine. Till the next episode. Stay unwoke. I'm out.